Hello, my name is Dave Robinson. I work at the Boeing program. I'm the P-8I International Business Development Manager. I've been working on the program for over a couple years, specifically with the Indian P-8I for the last 2 years. The P-8I is a multi-mission maritime aircraft for the Indian Navy. It does many things. It does the anti-submarine warfare, it does the anti-ship, and it also does the information surveillance, ISR mission. A little bit of history, the P-8I has been on contract for about 5 years now, 6 years. The first 3 aircraft were delivered last year, 2013, at INS Rajali. There's 3 aircraft to be delivered this year in 2014, with the remaining 2 aircraft in 2015 for a total of 8 aircraft. We do have options for 4 more for the Indian Navy. A little bit about the aircraft. This console represents one of the consoles that's in the aircraft. There's 5 consoles that are all identical in the back of the aircraft. The mission of the consoles allows the operators to have 2 24-inch displays that allow them to look at information or exploit information out in the area of interest. In this particular case, on the top screen I have a consolidated map of all the sensors that are shown on one display. In that display you have representative ship contacts, air contacts, submarine contacts, land-based contacts. You can see the aircraft represented flying around in an orbit, a pre-designed holding pattern. It allows the operators to quickly look at a sensor given picture of all the information that they're interested out in the water space. On the bottom display, it allows the operators to manipulate the sensors. Specifically in this case, it's a tabular display, much like you find on an Excel spreadsheet. The first one we're looking at the moment is a radar, representative of the radar picture. I can switch between the sensors to see electro-optics or ESM, electronic support, and all the other sensors. A quick reference, this is a good depiction of a electro-optics. So the operators have big views of both IR information, the infrared information on the right, as well as the electro-optics on the left. I showed you the radar picture earlier, so it allows the operators to look at the radar. They could quickly look at the electronics support measurement as well as the EOIR. And this picture is the acoustic picture. The picture on the top display are all sonobuoys. And it's a grand depiction of the sonobuoys that are deployed out in the water right now. Each one of these represents a particular sensor, sonobuoy, that's in the water looking for submarines. And so we're able to integrate all the sensors onto one display for the operators to look at. You have 5 displays on the 5 consoles on the aircraft with a growth to 6. So it allows the Indian Navy a vast opportunity for exploiting information as well as taking care of the national tasking, as well as growth for the next generation capability they want to do to defend the Indian waters. I've been flying, I'm an ex-operator, so I know the system works, and I've also flown with Indian operators out of Rajali. The system works well. They're very excited for a new product. And as you can see up on the display here shows what's representative in the aircraft, and on the aircraft itself you can see there's harpoons, the air-to-surface missiles. There are torpedoes in the weapons bay. There are sonobuoys we carry inside, 130 of them. This gives you a good representation of where the missiles are carried on the wing stations and where the torpedoes are carried in the weapons bay. It's all electronically online. The operators can deploy the sensors or weapons as they need be. This system is very capable and very interoperable with other countries due to standard interoperating configuration to where Indians can operate with coalition forces of either US, UK, or any other nation if so chosen. So it allows a lot more coordination between different countries. But the big line, I think the big message here is it allows the Indian Navy, but also the Ministry of Defense, the modern capability to carry out the strategic needs of the Indian Ministry of Defense. Program of record right now has 8 aircraft on contract with option for 4 more. We hope to have that solidified for 12 aircraft for P-8Is by the end of this year. The next effort that we'd like to work with the Ministry of Defense on is the follow-on aircraft. We believe that the follow-on aircraft could be as much as 27 P-8Is. Obviously that number would somewhere between 24 and 27 based on the needs of the Indian Navy. The reason I say that is when we did some analysis with the Indian government, we looked at covering both oceans. India obviously has a lot of area for coverage, and if you have different battle strike groups or battle groups of carriers and operating at the same time on both sets of oceans, your requirement for maritime support will go up if you're doing a continuous coverage of flying P-8Is. We worked together for the analysis to show if you wanted to cover simultaneous operations, it's going to require more than 12 aircraft is the bottom line. Up to 27 was what the analysis showed would be an optimum number of P-8Is to support the Indian Navy CONOPS and structures. But you could see it's a lot of area that the Indian government is very interested to have an influence in. And it makes a lot of sense that given the coverage, you need an aircraft or a platform that has a long-range capability, multiple tasks.